getting down just for the funk of it. Hey, one nation, and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now. Hey, we promise to bump, the whole funk, nothing but funk. All my life, be waiting for you. No, how you do. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Brothers B.O. like George. Ain't that funkin' kind of hard on ya? Part 6 or 7, something like that. Y'all, ooh, you can't tell me shit. You know I'm gonna be selling these on my website, love bugs. So I'm excited about my new endeavor, okay, with my online store. It's gonna be a blog / store type website, you know. As soon as I get my lipstick here, then we'll be selling the lips too. But as of right now, I got my shades and my turbans on there. These are limited, guys. So if you want them, you better go run and get them. I got them in blue, black, red, and pink. One nation under a groove. Oh, you can't tell me shit, girl. Ah! Where we left off, we got the Georgie Clinton, okay? Back in New Jersey with his family, but not with his family. Okay, because he's starting to cheat on her seriously. Now he tried to cheat on her. Where was they at? Back down there to Detroit, but that ain't work because he wanted a piece of Pat Lewis. But the man Wingate said, "Oh, answer no." Vivian Lewis, who was my singing and writing partner at Jobette, was just a teenager when I met her. But we got together after that, and she and I had a son named Tracy. Then there was Gwendolyn, who wasn't in the business at all. She was just a cute little girl, and I was just a horny young little boy. She got pregnant and had a boy named Stefan. I don't know if they ever told him that I was his father. For that matter, I don't know if they ever told him that Gwenny was his mother. He was played off as a much younger brother in the family, like they did sometimes back then. Okay, yeah, that's true, because, you know, I still look at some of my cousins like. Now, being with other women was kind of like trying to break into the music business, a labor of love that took a whole lot of hustle to pull off, okay? So let me tell you about Georgie Pooh. And the crazy thing about it is he's not like that attractive. He's never been the most attractive guy to me. Never. It was nothing about George Clinton that made me want to, you know, climb his tree, if you know what I'm saying, right? But the thing about George Clinton was that he was such a genius that I could see how women are attracted to his intelligence, okay? But anyway, putting that aside, let's get back to him and his dirty dick. He said what he would do sometimes is to make his different women happy or his girlfriends happy. He would have to see, you know, 2 girls in one night and then go back home to his wife, okay? One day he went home to his wife after seeing his 2 girlfriends, right? He went home to his wife and his wife was all dressed up. So you know how we do when we get in our feelings and we fed up and we ready to show out, you know, maybe tonight we might give a lucky man some vagina, okay? But you know what we do. We call up our girlfriends, okay? And we all put our freakum dress on, which is real talk, fuckum, okay, dress on. And you know, we in the middle of the floor, fuck 'em, girl, fuck 'em. Hey, fuck 'em, girl. Fuck him. Hey, big boy. So he comes home. She's in her freaking dress, right? He looks at her, start kirking. Where the hell you think you going? Don't you got 3 kids around here? Don't you need to be cleaning up and stuff around here somewhere? She looked at him like, oh, really? Really? But then he had to check himself, okay? Because of the fact that he had gained knowledge from the OGs at the barbershop, he had to really step back and look at himself. Wait a minute, this woman is at home being a dutiful wife, and all she want to do is put her dress on, maybe, to get a little emotion out of me, to maybe, act right. But you know how we do. We ain't like we, really and truly want to go out and give somebody else the vagina. We just want them to feel what we feel, okay? Whether that's male, female, whatever. It's just a partner, period. He said he had to check himself because of the fact that he knew that he'd been taking this woman through all kinds of drama. Okay, and if that's what she wanted to do, then he needed to stand down and allow her to do it. Where does an idea come from? In my experience, it comes from an afternoon in the barbershop with the other guys shooting the shit and Billy Bass Nelson banging on the guitar. He was still a kid and he didn't know a thing about an effing thing. He couldn't even change strings. So he was just strumming a simple chord. And I was singing a lyric that had been stuck in my head for a while. I just want to testify what your love has done for me. Over the next few days, we worked it out. Me, Grady, Fuzzy, Calvin, Ray, and Billy. The song got tighter and tighter. We were calling it Testify, or I Want to Testify. And there was something glowing in it. You can't always tell when a song is going to be a hit, but you can tell when it makes the grade. And this one made the grade. Okay, taking it back. So remember last episode, we was talking about the dude, Mr. Wingate, the dude who wanted to be cool, okay, but he wasn't naturally cool, but he had enough money that people was like, oh, he cool, yeah, brother, you cool, because if you hang around, sometimes you get around, right? But Mr. Wingate had decided that he wanted to get out of the business. You want to get out of the business? Now, remember, he is also the dude that said that he wanted George Clinton and his partner Sidney to be for him what Holland Dozier Holland was to Motown. George Clinton banking on Mr. Wingate, okay? But see, that's the problem with you rich people, okay? Y'all can pick shit up and throw it away. Kind of like that damn Elon Musk, okay? But he ain't throwing away that Dogecoin. He trying his hardest to keep Dogecoin together. But you know what they do, okay? Oh, I love Ninja Turtles today. I love them. Oh, yes. Come on, Ninja Turtles. Let's hang out, okay? And then the next minute, he's sick of the Ninja Turtles. Now he done moved on to HR Puff and stuff. Okay, that's just how it be working. Them rich people, you can't rely on them mothers, okay? But around the same time, Mr. Wingate got out of the record business. Music had been a toy for him. Didn't I tell you? That's how them rich people be. Anyway, moving forward. Music had been a toy for him to start with, and he wasn't interested anymore. Motown was starting to feel pressure from the other Detroit artists and was eager to eliminate the competition. That would be the Mr. Wingate. The Motown agreement didn't include my team, which included Sidney Barnes and Mark Taylor, who was the program director at a local radio station and also had a label called Revelot. Was in the business with Darryl and Mr. Wingate. They let me and Pat Lewis and with our Parliament record go with LeBaron over to Revelot. So the song Testify is an instant smash. Why? Because they got that dude, Mr. LeBaron Taylor, who is a radio director behind it, okay? Just like nowadays when they have Summer Jam and Hot 97 and, PGC, throws a party or whatever it is they do. I don't know the names of these radio stations because I don't listen to the radio no more because they don't know how to play good music no more, but I digress. So when WWRL, a big R&B station, threw their big block party, guess who was there? Georgie Pooh and the Parliament, okay? They there singing I Want to Testify, getting more exposure, okay? So this Revelot Records I mean, yeah, Wingate, you tossed them to the wind, but Revelot is putting them ninjas on the map. Almost immediately, we were on the road. We had singers and we had songs, and we had Billy Bass Nelson, who was thrust into the position of musical director. One of our first shows on the first tour was at the Apollo Theater. They said it was a mess, okay? The first thing was they didn't understand why they were headlining above the OJs, right? Now, he said at the time they were, plenty successful at that time, but still, why the hell are we above the OJs, But he said it was because the Parliament had the hottest record. The Peps, who later became the Undisputed Truth, were also on the bill. We knew we had to play Testify, but they also knew that they had to do some other things too. What they decided to do was to cover a song. They were not equipped to cover this particular song. They got Testify, right? But they also decided to cover the Four Tops, 7 Rooms of Gloom, okay? All right, that's what you want to do. They decided they wanted to do it, but they didn't think it through. First of all, the Apollo is a union place, all right? You can't just come in here, putting your people up on the stage when you got a whole union band right here. Answer no, that's not what you can do. Ding, no. They there trying to sing this song, and it sounded terrible. It just did not work right because they practiced with themselves. Not this union band right here at the Apollo. He said that it was a lesson learned. Yeah, brother. Now, after 6 hard months of package tours with the motley combination of backing players, I realized it was time to put together a real touring band. Luckily, we had the beginnings of one right in the barbershop. Finally, after Testify, the demand was there, and so I supplied the time. One afternoon, a shy teenager came by the barbershop and took his guitar out of the case carefully. We asked him to play because that's what it appeared that he wanted to do. He wanted to play for us. When he was done, Ernie Harris flicked his glance over to me and said, "This is the guy for rhythm guitar." We got another local teenager, Lucius Ross, who everyone called Tall. We passed through a series of drummers before settling in on Tiki Fullwood, the pride of Philadelphia, who also came in through Billy and Eddie. Revelot wanted to follow up to Testify almost immediately, and so we started kicking around ideas. Around that time, after one of our New York shows, a woman we knew named Judy came backstage to talk to us. Judy was the girlfriend and future wife of Bernie Worrell, and she wanted us to know that she had decided that our band was the best place for him. Bernie was from Plainfield, like the rest of us, and in his youth, we had heard about him constantly from almost everyone, how he was a local Mozart before he was in junior high. Soon after the Washington Street School show, Bernie came into the shop to get his hair done. It was a good thing he did, okay? Because according to the George Clinton, that goddamn Bernie Worrell hair was a mess. And I'm like, how much of a mess can a man's hair be, okay? I'm like, what is that? What happened? Did he get a bad perm or something? George Clinton said, with great effort, they straightened Bernie Worrell's hair out. He was happy and he left. Okay, the next day, Bernie Worrell came back up there with his mammy. Okay, his mammy came in there pissed because somebody touched her son's hair. Now I'm lost at this point. Okay, now you know how you mothers be about somebody touching your daughter's hair. Y'all got a problem with that, but that's something that us little girls do. We go to school with one hairstyle, come back with another. I don't know why we do that, knowing that our mothers be ready to kick ass, okay, when we come back with a different hairstyle. Or when you go over your father's house and his new girlfriend, do the little girl hair, they be mad at us. Okay, they be mad at the woman, be ready to fight the woman, punch them in the face and everything, all because the woman touched the little girl's hair, okay? But your son, Bernie Worrell's mammy, is in the shop with a cane reaching to bop George Clinton in his head because he didn't tighten up her son's hair. She got a problem with that. She was 60 years old at the absolute very least. And she couldn't walk too good. But she got up on those old pins of hers and tried to beat me down for fucking with her son's hair. I think there was an issue too of pulling him away from the music that she wanted for him. Bernie was a musical genius, okay? Now, you know, Parliament, they moving towards black rock. Okay, the mammy then put a lot of money into Bernie Worrell's musical education. She mad that Bernie Worrell is interested in this funk rock group. Not my son. Not my son. My son ain't gonna run around with you niggas. Not no answer, no. Years later, after his mama tried to beat me, Bernie left Plainfield for an advanced education at the Berklee School of Music in Boston. And as soon as he graduated from there, he went out on the road with the R&B singer Maxine Brown and also with a band called Chubby and the Turnpikes. They went on to be the soul and disco band Tavares. Their drummer, Joey Kramer, went on to play in Aerosmith. At the Apollo, Bernie expressed interest in joining up, which was enough audition for me. His arrival changed the whole mix musically. Though his mother may have been unhappy to see him squander his talents, his piano teacher, a German lady, was thrilled that he was playing with us. Okay, so not everybody got a problem with the funk, mammy. Have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans. Now, remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Peace. One nation under a groove. Hey, getting down just for the funk of it. Hey, one nation and we're on the move. Nothing can stop us now.